In this repair video, we're going to be working on a 2012 MacBook Pro 13-inch. Customer brought this in because she said she spilled liquid on the keyboard. After she did, the charger would show a faint green light, and now it does not show any light at all. She took the laptop to a nearby shop, and that nearby shop sent her over to us because they do not do any micro soldering work. She's hoping that we can fix this for her. The laptop that she brought in is in a mint, pristine condition, very, very well kept. SSD, 16 gigs of RAM, and she just loves the laptop. She wants it fixed. We already removed the board, and let's go ahead and plug the charging cable just to confirm that we do not have a green light. No green light. And honestly, looking at this with my naked eye, I do not see anything obvious. No corrosion or signs of liquid. But we're going to have to look at this under the microscope to see what's going on. We cannot just look at the board under the naked eye. And let's just go up and down. I may be moving a bit fast, because I always have viewers complain that I'm moving the board too fast. I mean, I do not want to spend the whole day looking at this board. I know what I'm looking for. Oh. What's this? We have a missing chip and possibly a missing capacitor. I think this one is the U5400 voltage out current shunt monitor. And we have a missing pad on that chip. It's a 6-pin chip. Whoa. This chip usually has protection over it. I do not know how that chip came off the board. Maybe it was corroded and the shop that it was taken to removed the chip and ended up ripping the pad, and they just gave this back to the customer. Very possible, because this chip is not going to rip off by itself. The customer did mention that she changed her SSD and RAM, but she worked on the laptop afterwards. So I do not believe that she's the one who caused the problem, but we do not know. Anything is possible. But at least we got to see what is wrong with the board. Right now, I'm not finding any liquid damage on the board. Absolutely nothing. Let's flip the board. Look at the back. The board does not look too good with all the dirt on it. Probably the environment. Alright, so that's the only thing that I see wrong with the board. No liquid damage at all. I could not locate any corroded components or liquid damage. That's the only thing that I see wrong with the board. Let's grab a donor board and take a look at this chip. I have a donor board right here, and look at the chip. Look at the way it's protected. How can you possibly rip a chip like that with the protection off the board and the capacitor as well? To desolder the chip, the first thing we have to do is get rid of that protection. Before we take the chip off the board, let's prep the board here. We have to restore that missing pad. We're gonna have to zoom in because that trace is super tiny. We're gonna add solder because right now we have unleaded solder, and it takes a lot of heat to melt unleaded. So we're gonna apply leaded solder so the joints are nice and shiny. We're gonna get rid of the glare just like that. Fume extractor on. See? Nice and shiny. Right now we're gonna scratch that pad a bit, and we're gonna move it because right now it's so close to the other pad. We're gonna move it a bit like this. Let's apply solder onto that pad. I'm gonna apply a tiny bit of flux. Right, and that's good enough. Right now I want to add just a tiny bit of solder mask. I do not want those two pins to short out when we solder the chip. That should be good enough. UV light. Very good. I just want to position this pad a bit down like this. As long as it makes a good connection with the chip, then we are all good. And now we're going to grab the chip from our donor board. And that chip still has some overfill on it, but that's not a problem. Okay, I lost it. I lost the chip. I was trying to clean it and I lost it. Great job. Let me grab another donor board because this one went to the 9th dimension. Wow, this board. Look at this donor board. Horrible condition. What about this one here? The chip is soldered on nicely. Well, we're gonna go over it with our soldering iron just to make sure all the pins are making a good connection. And then we're gonna solder that cap on the left. Very good. Now let's grab the capacitor from our donor board. And that's it. Job is done. And we are all good. Just clean up and we'll test. We're gonna test to see, are we gonna get a green light now? And of course not, because that's not the only thing that is wrong with this board. Let me switch out the charging board since I have one here. Oh, green light. Green light. So the board was also bad. The charging board was also bad. Great, awesome. I'm gonna give this to Big Boss to plug in the battery, reassemble, and test. I'll be back. All right, Big Boss reassembled the board, and good news, the laptop is working. Let's go over this quick. We did not find any signs of liquid damage, or maybe there was liquid damage in this area, and the other shop attempted to desolder the chip, and they ended up ripping the pad, and they gave it back to the customer because I do not see how this chip can get ripped off the board. Anyway, let's go ahead and test. Battery connected, we have the screen connected, we have the hard drive cable connected, the keyboard, the mouse. Bluetooth and Wi-Fi is not connected, why not do it now? And the camera is not connected. I'm not gonna worry about them, Big Boss will reassemble them later on. Let's plug power. Okay. We do see the green light. Fan is spinning. Amber light. We do hear the chime. Ta-da! Laptop is working. Awesome. Awesome. Great job. That's it. We're gonna call the customer to come and pick up. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, leave a comment if you have any questions, and we'll do something else in the next video.